Hey everyone, and welcome to the Facebook party for Sarah Gardner and Allison's birthday surprise. I just wanted to welcome you, and I wanted to show you some few books and also give you some tips on how you could save some money in this party. So first off, one of the books that Allison had put on her wish list is called the See Inside Your Body book. This book is actually really cool. It's hardbound, and on the inside it's boards. So as they come up, it covers the eating and excreting, and then it has all these little lift the flaps in it. And the lift the flaps have how you eat, what happens when you eat, and then of course in the stomach area you have the where it shows the blood and the liver and how everything is working. And as you flip the page, you come to the respiratory system, and again it has all the flaps on it. That gives you even more information about each part of the body. These are one of our favorite books right here. And this is the pumping blood, how the blood runs through the body, and it shows again with all the little flaps and everything. It gives you extra tips and tricks on it. It's a really cool book, and it goes through more. This is the bones and the muscles, and then on the other side we have brain, and then we also go through our senses. And then in the back of the book it does drinking and peeing, but then we also have what's called on this other side, has all the different definitions of all the words. And then it also has what's called internet links. So if you went to a specific site on the Usborne website and you typed in See Inside Your Body, it would take you to different internet sites that you could actually visit and explore each particular system of the body even further. And it's really cool. I actually really suggest that this book actually be bought for her, because this is absolutely amazing, and definitely have one on your shelf too, because your kids will absolutely love it. Another book I'd like to show you is There's a Mouse About the House. This is definitely a really cool idea for a book. This book right here has a little mouse, and you take it and you slide him through the slots of the pages, so he becomes part of an interactive story. So you're telling the story, and he's going through, and he slides through all these little things. So basically he starts out in the kitchen, and he's trying to get around the mouse. He gets through all these different things, and he comes up to the end, and there's a bird, and he has to get away from too, and he quietly creeps through a bedroom door. He wakes up the owner of the house. Sure enough, the husband's out too. And he crawls up his nightshirt, and he says, "There's a mouse about the house." Finally, he makes it to the kitchen, finds breadcrumbs, and then he finds the cheese. But, uh-oh, the cat was waiting for him. But he missed. And he exits through the back of the book, and says, "Let's do it again." This is a really fun book. A lot of the kids love it, especially if you're telling it for story time. Babies love it. Toddlers love it. Even my 6-year-old absolutely loves this book, and he'll sit down and read it on his own, which is really cool.
I read it.
Then we have what's called a combined volume. Now, there's bindings that are offered on every single book. This one will be labeled with his CV. CV means combined volume. Combined volume means that it has a collection. Comes with a CD, or it will have a CD plus a collection of stories. Like this one has over 20 different stories in it, and they're all about the farmyard. This is also what you would call a dual reader. That's really cool, because what happens is the very top lines, they're super easy to read, and then you have your bottom lines. Now, the great thing about this book, as a parent, if you're extremely tired one night, all you gotta do is read the top lines, and it's a short and condensed version, and they get the same story. Or, if you have older kids like I do, I have an older one, he can read the top lines, and then you can fill in the bottom lines, and he can read to his brother as well, which is really awesome. And also,
My little brother.
the great thing about this book too, to keep your little ones entertained, every single page has a find the duck. So they would find the duck. My 2-year-old loves to find the duck on every single page. So this is a really cool book to have too. And there's more than just this type of combined volume. There's also the Bible Stories book, and there's Aesop's Fables and some other
And
ones
the
too.
choo-choo
So
book.
definitely you want to look for combined volumes because
And
this
the
will also
choo-choo
give you
book
a savings.
has this too.
This gives you a savings to purchase a whole collection of books inside one. And the binding on these are thick, super thick. I mean, if you could see that, they're really great. So, there's also another thing that's really great to have if you have younger kids or even older kids that like to draw. It's called the Doodle Tin. The Doodle Tin is filled with over 100 different cards, and they look like this. All the cards on them have different activities that they can do. Now, I just put a little hole in them and I clip it to a binder ring and I can throw it in my purse. So you get all these little cards, and it comes with its own white clean dry erase marker that they can use on it. Any dry erase marker will work too. So I just pass these out, and these are great to have like if you're at a restaurant or if you're waiting in a waiting room for the doctor's office or something like that. Then you don't have to give them a cell phone. Instead they use their imagination, and you can split the cards up, trade them off, whatever you want to do with them, which is really great to have on hand. Some of you had said that you had younger kids. Now, if you have younger kids that are toddler size or like maybe 12 months and up, 12 months, maybe about 36 months, these books are great. They're called the That's Not My series. There's goats, there's angels, trains, trucks, cars, bugs, and there's a whole bunch of other ones. And there's different animals and everything like that. Now, these books are great because they're touch. So all the sensory is in it, and it has a little story that goes with it. But each one has these big, huge pages that go across. The pictures go across the pages, which the kids love because when they lay them out flat, and they look at it that way. And then they go through and they touch all the different things. So like this one is the nose is too rough, and then this one is the hooves are too bumpy, and this one is the spots are too fuzzy. And this one's not my goat because its horns are too smooth. And then you have this one. This is my goat because its beard is really fluffy. Now you have all different kinds of different choices that you can choose off of these. These are absolutely wonderful to have, and they're great. I've had this one for quite a while, so it's starting to get damaged. But the great thing about that though is if you do have a book that gets damaged by your child, like this one got thrown in the water. It's the reason why it's starting to come loose from the binding now. But Usborne will replace your book at 50% cost. And you don't have to do anything but just pay that 50%, and your book will be replaced to you. That's the great thing about Usborne Books. Then you may have what's called the illustrated stories. These are great. There's illustrated stories for boys, illustrated stories for girls. There's illustrated stories for fairy tales, and I think there's one more, but I can't remember exactly what it is now. But these books, like the girls, has all of the princess ones and the love stories in it, and then the boys have all of the adventure and like Robin Hood, things like that. So I mean, these are great. The pirates and all that jazz. Robots too. The robot one was actually a really cute story. My boys absolutely love it. And these are great. Their bindings are just as thick. Papers are extremely thick, and the pictures are in everything. And it's a great one that, you know, if your child wants to sit and read to your younger kids, or if you want to sit down and just have a good bedtime story, these are great to pick up. I absolutely love them. And the last book I'll show you is called The Big Book of Dinosaurs. This is a really cool book. I've used it for homeschooling purposes. But the great thing about this book is, I mean, it goes through all the different dinosaurs, but the cool thing about it is it opens all the way out. So they have big, huge pages and lots of pictures. And of course it has every single dinosaur listed in it, and it has all the facts in it. Now there's no references to like the big evolution or Big Bang Theory or anything like that. These are just specifically all just facts on dinosaurs. It gives you the name of the dinosaur, whether they were carnivorous or herbivore, and if they ate what they ate, or if they lived in water. And again, all the pages fold out. that type of thing. It's just a book full of facts. That's all this is. And it's really cool. And again, this one also has an internet link to it. So if you go to an Usborne specific website, it'll take you to a different links where you can pick up and look at the different things about every single dinosaur, which is really cool. So now you can take your book online and you can experience it in a whole nother level, which is great for the older kids. They absolutely love it. So, how can you do some savings inside this party? Well, I'm going to be offering a drawing, which, of course, that will give you a savings as well. And I'll do a couple of those throughout the whole entire party since this is a month long. And I also have, again, like I said, the combined volumes, look for those because that is a savings within itself. Especially if you get the Ted and Fred's. Like if you want phonics readers, the Ted and Friends has like 20 different phonics readers within the book. And you would actually pay less on that than you would to pay for each of the phonics readers that you want, which is a great savings in and of itself. Other things is look at the internet specials, and I'll post up the customer specials too within the party. Customer specials within itself gives you a savings. If you spend $40, you get to choose up to 3 books up to 60% off, depending on the type of book that it is. And there's only certain ones that are available, but I'll post those up for you if you want to be able to look into that. Again, thank you for coming to the party, and I look forward to working with you. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.